know, the other day when I had the 897 outside and I was I was talking to people on 2 meters, I didn't realise at the time that my bloody PL259 wasn't even soldered on to the end of the coax. This coax I made up about 10 years ago. So these have been on there for about 10 years. This one seems solid. This one had worked its way off. And it wasn't even soldered on, it just fell off. And I thought, well, that's why that weren't working very well then. I'm slowly working on my grass. My lavender is far behind, but it's alive. It's got some little shoots coming out of it there and here. So it is alive. It's just a little bit unsightly at the moment. Hopefully it will start to pick up here somewhere and it will be a nice bush come actual proper summertime. This used to be the most luscious, thick, green piece of lawn here, piece of grass. But for some reason this year it's a dead bit. So I've properly scalped it down and now I'm making sure that I give it plenty of water every single day. And we'll see if we can bring it back. The rest of it is coming along quite well. But hopefully we'll be able to bring this little bit back. Done all the fences, nice bit of creosote. Working my way on to the Wendy house now. Using creosote substitute for this one because I didn't want them actually more or less black. Well, I didn't want this more or less black. Trouble is, I put a little bit of this has been up for about 5 years, 6 years. About 2 years ago, on the front part, I put a little bit of sealer to try and seal in the wood. It was see-through sealer. So it's going to cause me troubles now, where it's not going to want to properly take. But the inside's come up really, really well. Now I just got to do the other 3 sides, the 2 sides and the back. I reckon a couple of coats. What I should have done really was sanded the waterfront down and then put it on. But I'm far too lazy for that kind of stuff. Blimey. Nice little bit of tinted perspex there to go in that window. I had to board up the window. It was beginning to look like a bit of an abandoned house at one point. It still does. One of my nephews decided to kick the window through, and that was that. So I put a bit of wood over it to stop any birds going in there and nesting and just the rain going in, because there's carpet inside that window. There's lino at the bottom, carpet on the top floor. So I didn't want it all going soggy and mouldy. It's full of toys in there. I've got to sort all that out. But slowly chipping away at all the little jobs to do. It's a crazy life being a human being. I know you ants, seagulls, birds, rabbits, hedgehogs and all that, you've got easy lives. Us humans, we have to go and maintain everything. Sometimes I think to myself I'd be far better off just living in a bush. You know, sometimes it's just a good idea to relax. Do things slowly, at your own pace, and you get more things done, and you get things done to a better quality as well, which is exactly what I'm all about. A lot of you have been sending me comments and PMs and that as well regarding the little charging cable that I need. I tried to stress this. I can't stress it enough. I really appreciate all your help, but I don't want to waste too much of your times. You're all saying, I found it. It took me 10 seconds to find what you need. But what you're finding is, you're finding the charger. From what I can gather, it seems to come in 2 separate things. You've got the charger, which is a PSU, which supplies the electric. It goes from 240 to 13 volts. And then you've got the cable, which plugs into that brick, and then it adapts and it goes into the 6-pin prongs, which are on the back of the radio, which then charges the battery. I don't need the charging bit. That's PA26. I've got it here, look, in the original instruction manual. It's not that I don't appreciate you trying to help, I really do. But I just feel bad when people spend their time and they think they've done something, but it's wrong, you know. So PA26B, C or U is the battery charger, all right? As I say, that's just the brick. I haven't got one similar to show you, but I think you know what I mean. You know, like when you get a laptop, you got a cable from 240 volt, goes into like a brick, doesn't it? And then out of that comes another wire with a plug on the end that plugs into your laptop. Don't need the brick bit. I need the other wire with the plug that plugs into your laptop. Only this time it plugs into your radio, because it's anything to do with ham radio. CB's not so bad, but ham radio, because it's mainly snobby people with a lot of money, posh people that want to spend money, they want to show off, don't they? And that's the way the hobby is of ham radio, unfortunately. What they do is they add optional extras on which cost a lot of money. So, for example, you can buy the charger. You can still buy the charger brand spanking new, not an original Yaesu one probably, but you can buy one. 85 quid for just the charging bit, the brick. And then you've got to spend however much more on the little cable that goes and plugs into the back of the battery. It's just the way it is in ham radio. But anyway, I don't need the charging bit. I've got many chargers, which I can just put a wire on and I can charge nickel metal hydride batteries, no problem at all. I've got peer shoes, I've got chargers, I don't need any of them. I just need the little plug that plugs into the battery, which is the number for it is CD, Charlie Delta hyphen 24. That's the bit I need. So all the ones, some I've rang them up. There's quite a few, well, not quite a few, I think there's 2 shops I've found on the internet, and you lot have all been sending me the same shop. They've got a picture on their listing of CD24. I got very excited, but the name was PA26U. And I thought, which one is it? Because they're 2 different things, at least from what I can gather. So I phoned one of them up. The other one you couldn't phone up, you had to send an email. But I phoned one of them up. They had a phone number because it's in England. And he said, no, this is PA26U. This is the charging brick. You need to buy the other bit separately. I said, okay, great. Thanks for telling me that. But why on earth have you got a picture of CD24 then? He said, well, that's the only picture we had. I said, but you're the picture of the wrong thing. Yeah, but there's a lot of things, a lot of companies, a lot of shops that do that. They have the wrong picture, completely different item, completely different product to what they're actually listing and selling. But that's what it is. And the other one I sent an email to, and yeah, it's just PA26. It doesn't have the plug to plug in the battery. It's literally just 240 to a power transformer, a brick, as you call it, to a transformer. And that's it. You need the other bit to plug into it to plug in the battery. So I really appreciate everybody who's been going on Google and all the other websites to try and find it for me. I didn't expect any of that, but unfortunately, none of them are CD24. They're all PA26Us. B and C means there's no B's or C's, but there's a U, which you can still buy new. I'm going to see one person, Mr. Alfie Fury, is a channel member and a subscriber on this channel as well. Very good bloke. He managed to, I was contemplating, because look, you can buy, this is a microphone cable, but you can buy 6-pin plugs, right, which is essentially what's on the back of this battery. It's just a 6-pin plug. Why you need 6 pins to charge a nickel metal hydride battery, your guess is as good as mine, my friends. I have no idea why you need 6 pins. There must be a reason. I mean, Yaesu are a very clever company. They know what they're doing. They must be something for it. But there's 6 pins. So I'm assuming all 6 pins do something. The next thing to do is to try and find the schematics for the battery, because I don't want to do it because them batteries are a lot of money. And I don't want to ruin the battery by shorting them out or doing anything like that. So I would need to find the schematics for the battery so I can get a 6-pin plug, which you can buy. Mr. Alfie Fury found them for me. Thank you. and then I can wire in my own 6-pin plug and just put them onto a charger. That would charge the batteries. But I can't find the schematics for them batteries. I sent an email to Wimo, or Vimo. Well, I haven't replied yet because obviously it's a weekend and I sent it Friday evening. Today's Sunday. They might be able to provide me with schematics for the battery that will tell me which pin does what on the battery, and then I can buy a 6-pin plug, and then I can get the corresponding cable, however many cables I'm needing and how many wires inside. I'm assuming it's going to be 6 with a 6-pin plug. You lot now, there'll be some of you that already know this, and you're probably looking at me now thinking, you're just a cock. There's nothing in there. It's a 6-pin plug for no reason, and there's only 2 wires. I don't know this. So if you do know that, great. Comment if you want to. But I don't know that. I didn't know that. So yeah. Well, that's where we are with that at the moment. So I appreciate all of you looking for the plug. If you do manage to find an actual proper CD24, even if it's a remake one, not a genuine Yaesu, if it's a CD24, if it's the bit I need, if it's the plug after the transformer that goes into the battery, please let me know where it is. Comment it or PM me on Instagram or whatever it is you want to do, and I'll have a look at buying it as long as it's not too much money. But that's where it is with that. So there we go. I'm getting there. And I wanted to do antenna stuff this weekend, but I've been doing the Wendy house. I've got to go and do some other stuff, and we've got loads of other stuff that needs to be done. So I'm not going to get around to that this weekend, unfortunately. I haven't even got the ingredients yet. They're still in the basket. I haven't decided what I want to make. I got my antenna analyzer, which was down there. I don't know what I've done with it. Antenna analyzer. I'm literally just going to put the antenna together, cut the wires to somewhere near where they need to be, put the analyzer on the end of it, hang it up, and just adjust the lengths to where I get the resonance of what I want, which would be 2 meters with a 2 meter band. When I get a good VSWR there, that's it. Simple as. That is it. You know, I've read one of the PDF files that one of you lot sent me a link to, and just bloody miles of stuff. Do this, do that, add this, add that. I don't care. A couple of years ago, I literally just got some ladder line and a PO259 with a hook on the end of it, cut it to the right length. There was a coil. I put a bit of a coil on it in this little, it's like a plastic, it was a bit of a drain, you know, like a plastic drain with 2 caps on the end, and used my analyzer. Poof, there we go. Good VSWR. That was it. And that did quite well. The only trouble is, I can't find that either. Because I had that big clear out a couple of years ago. I'm sure it's up in the loft because I've got a box where I've got these down here, look. I've got a box where I've got this, that, and this other line. This is for 40 meters. Well, it does 40 down to 10 meters, this one. And this one's only 40 meters. All my antennas, all the wires and everything were all in this big cardboard, all in this big plastic tub thing with a lid on it. But I've rummaged around in there and I can't find the 2 meter Slim G, or Slim Jim, what you call it, that I made all those years ago. It's there somewhere. To be honest, I will be honest, I'm not going to lie to you. If I don't get a chance to make it soon and the summer's going to slip away, I might just buy one. I'll just buy one and have some fun then. Anyway, that's enough rambling on about chickens. I'm out of here. I've got loads more stuff to do. The battery's going to run out of camera again. It keeps doing that all the time. I need to keep charging it up. I might have to buy a couple more batteries, actually. That'd be good. Anyway, I'll see you later. Thanks for watching. Take care. And just bloody... let's just love life, shall we? I just find it amazing. It's absolutely amazing. I'll see you later. Yeah,